And Chris, I'm just going to come back to you because Dave Faulkner mentioned earlier insulation, and obviously, you know, that's ongoing and will be compliant. The law will certainly take effect from July 1st this year. But there's also been other things that have popped up as well, which are, I guess, areas that do we need to be concerned about, and what do we need to do when we do identify these at a rental property, and that's with regards to asbestos.
Asbestos. Probably in almost every property in New Zealand. I think it was only banned from New Zealand import in 2016, so anything built before 2016 will have some percentage of asbestos in it. I think it was year 2000 they had a big cutback on how much asbestos was allowed to be in it, but anything built after 2016 will likely have none in it, but majority of rental properties are substantially older than 2016. So your rental properties will have asbestos somewhere in them, whether they're in the soffites, whether they're in underneath the vinyl, whether they're on your roof. They will be somewhere left undisturbed and untouched. They are of no harm to anyone. Once they are touched, once the fibres in them are broken and they become airborne, they are then dangerous if you inhale them. You can look at an asbestos management plan for your property. There's companies in town that do inspections and write reports on asbestos. They do asbestos sampling as well. Ultimately, as a landlord, it is your responsibility to ensure that the asbestos does not become friable. They call it friable when it becomes airborne. But that's probably a conversation that you could have with your property manager and with the tenant, identifying the areas that could be problematic, that could be dangerous, and ensuring that they're not spending any time around them or, you know, breaking those materials that do make asbestos friable. So, in terms of insulation, the regulations are all coming in this year. I think a lot of landlords have been working hard at ensuring that the properties are insulated, and I think Dave has scared everyone with the $4,000 fine, which means that we should be getting onto it. I think it's obviously a cost. It's very difficult to see the return immediately, but also looking at what Greg was going over, from a long-term perspective, over time those properties are just increasing. If we can make them more comfortable, if you can make them more comfortable for tenants, chances are they stay rented for longer, and that pays for the insulation. And sorry, just lastly, to come back to the value add we spoke about before, whether it's subdividing or whether it's a renovation of some sort within your rental property, grab a builder or an architect, and in conjunction with your property manager, sit down and go over ways that you may be able to add value. What's going to be the biggest bang for your buck? How are you going to be able to increase your rent? How are you going to add value to the property? And have that conversation. If it turns out that there's nothing really that you should be doing at the moment, apart from perhaps some fresh paint or something like that, that's still a wise conversation to have. Front foot your investment. Don't wait for something to go wrong to look at it. So look at how you can add value before you find out you're in a situation where you have to put money into it. So, and most builders should be able to sit down with you and have that conversation and give some really good advice.